Assalamu alaikum students. Previously we have started the second part of the chapter. Now we are going to continue the same part. After the Second World War, the time came for the final settlement. When several more meetings and discussions had failed to bring about agreement, Britain, which has already decided that she will leave the subcontinent, declared that she was going to give full self-government to the people of India and leave the country by June 1948. For this purpose, they sent Lord Mountbatten to India as the last viceroy, with orders to find a way of handing over the government. This was in March 1947, but already the country was on the verge of civil war. They don't want Britishers on their land anymore. The government was divided and powerless, and the British officers were eager to leave a country where they were no longer wanted. Mountbatten quickly decided that India must be divided into two states, and at once he announced that the British would leave by August 15, 1947, and hand over their powers to the new states of Pakistan and India. In it, it is decided that all the provinces which were claimed by the Muslims should decide quickly that whether they want to join Pakistan or India, and there should be no more delay. Congress and Muslim League both agreed to these plans. For Jinnah, it was a great victory. Sindh, the northwest frontier province, Balochistan, West Punjab, Sylhet and East Bengal were included in Pakistan. This made a smaller state than the League had asked for. Some 40 million Muslims were left in India, but now at last it could be said that they have their own nation. The Qaid led his people through the terrible first year of their history, the first year after the independence, because at that time people were migrating from one place to another. When the country was divided, millions of people crossed the new borders of the state, 6.5 million Muslims leaving India and 5.5 million Hindus leaving Pakistan. The sight of these homeless people moved Jinnah to tears. Once more angry crowds murdered and stole and burned. About 500,000 Muslims were killed or carried away as prisoners. All this killing and destruction shocked Jinnah, who always hated violence and cruelty. He begged for peace and friendship with his former enemies. Some nations have killed millions of each other, he once said, and yet an enemy of today is a friend of tomorrow. This was the hope of Jinnah, that one day Pakistan and India would be friends of each other and they will forget their enmity. The Qaid was over 70 at that time, worn out with his lifetime of struggle and by his growing illness. The last year of his life was made sad by the fate of Kashmir, the K in Pakistan. The news that a Hindu Maharaja ruling the Kashmiri land at that time sold his land to the Hindus. He was the person who actually took away the Muslim subjects from Pakistan, the nation to which they certainly wanted to belong. It was a fearful blow to him. But by now he was too weak and too tired to fight anymore. A dying man. Once again he flew to Karachi, but this time there were no crowds to greet him. He had always kept the news of his illness to himself. That night he left his people, and they buried him in the heart of the city where he was born, in the heart of the nation he had made.